So this is a 2007 Hyundai Tucson that was parked outside a research facility in Boston and used very rarely as a backup for drone testing, as you can see from the contraption on the roof. Jeff, the owner and my hockey buddy, found a mysterious brown paste on the passenger side floor mat that's making the vehicle undrivable and somewhat useless for the ongoing tests.
Something's gotten inside of it. The smell is
I can actually smell it from here.
Yeah, I mean, it reeks.
If you're wondering what the heck the thing on the roof is, so was I. So what the heck is on the roof here?
Yeah, so this thing is actually, as you saw in the previous work that we did with you, this is Tular, but it's just a mock-up. So the way we design this is it actually folds back up and ends up 5 feet high, and it creates the breach area that we actually have the automated Tular working from. So this allows us to fly the drones into a mock-up breach without having to take up a $500,000 product up into Boston every single time we wanted to test.
So with that, I plugged in the shampoo machine to warm up the heater, got my respirator, and put some gloves on, as this is going to be a very interesting clean. Step one, of course, is to remove everything from the car. When I removed the passenger side floor mat, I could really see the toffee-like brown goo that would later come off in chunks and smelled really bad. It definitely did not smell like toffee. Next, I flipped the fuse on for the compressor to get the pressure built up. Now, compressed air is one of the most important yet most overlooked tools for a detailer, especially on interior details. Now, with pretty much everything out of the car, and aside from the pungent smell, the interior just needed a regular detail regardless. But the first thing I wanted to focus on was the HVAC fan, which are typically located behind the glove box and seem to be the home for most rodent infestations. Now, if you remember from a while back, the Subaru Impreza episode, maybe 2-3 months back, had the exact same issue. It had white powder on the floor. That wasn't the same, but kind of the idea. Horrible smell, which is why the white powder was there. And Steve's cardboard trick to avoid all the nest and acorns and all the junk sort of falling into the fan.
There they are. You can see all the pee stains and little turds in there.
Anyhow, with all that in the back of my mind, I opened up the glove box itself, which is usually held in with a removable pin, so it's not a huge deal. And then a bunch of mouse poo fell on the floor. So here we go again. During my initial inspection, I removed the filter just to take a peek at what was going on inside, and naturally I forgot Steve's cardboard trick, which of course caused all the top layer of nest to fall into the fan. So brilliant move on my part, but whatever, it happens. It's time to go over and ask Steve how to take that unit out, because it's so packed with mouse poo that I'm not exactly sure how to do it without wrecking the entire system there. So let's ask him. Steve!
Yeah, see, if you'd have put the cardboard under it, then it would have stopped there, and then you could vacuum out.
Oh.
It doesn't fall down this far. That's what the trick is. You weren't paying attention in class.
Luckily, only a few screws were holding it in place and it came out super easy. And as you can see, the hole was clogged with leaves and nesting material anyways. So I probably had to disassemble it anyways, at least I'm telling myself that. Once I stuck the vacuum in the hole, a ton of junk fell on the floor. Now clearly they have been living in here for quite some time. The remaining trapped nest and poop and all kinds of stuff was blown out and then vacuumed several times. Now the goal here was to not blow it out so much that it went around the rest of the car, but just enough to kind of coax it out of the tight spots and then vacuum it up.
Oh, this is disgusting.
With the paper filter out, you can see just how much mouse waste was present, and I'm specifically talking about urine. The paper filter weighed a lot more and was visibly wet than, let's say, the new one or the clean one. This is where the real issue is with respect to the strong smell. So I cleaned out both the fan and the filter cartridge with Digest in hopes that the enzyme cleaners would sort of eat up all the animal waste bacteria and diminish the smell. Likewise, I also sprayed the plastic HVAC parts still in the car a few times to help minimize the smell. Now, while all the parts are soaking in cleaner, next I shampooed the floors and the floor mats, which looked like they had some sort of oil stains on the corners. In most cases, you see fabric or carpet and then think shag or whatever your favorite carpet cleaner is, but the first step is really diagnosing what the stain is before applying any cleaners to it. To me, this looked like an oil-based stain, which are super common. Maybe grease from a parking lot or a garage floor, you get it on your feet, you put it on the mats, boom, it's there. So I use Titan first because it's a high pH degreaser designed for removing oil stains. So the point of the story is you need to know what tools you're using, especially the tool's pH level, in this case formulas, to attack the stain appropriately. Do you need high pH? Do you need low pH? Etc., etc. Next up was cleaning the plastic and leather with lather, a scrub pad, and an interior brush. Now, I've seen lots of mice poo, lots of mice urine, a ton of dead animals, moldy interiors, and a huge warehouse full of neglected supercars. But for whatever reason, these brownish yellow drips grossed me out to no end because I have no idea what it is or how they got there. And it's so close to your head while you're driving, it's like keeping me up. It's really gross. So to top it off, I tried cleaning these things with normal cleaners and they just didn't really want to come off, even with a scrub pad. So this was next level yuckiness. As I thought about it a little bit more, my guess is that the urine dripped down from the top of the headrest as a mouse was sort of walking across it or whatever, and then just sort of dried up there. Let me know if you have a better idea in the comments, but I'm about to gag. Okay, we're done with round one, which was the interior. And again, of course, the source of the smell. In particular, it was the urine. I don't want to open it, but I have the ozone machine in there after I shampooed, after I did the rest of, the lather, that kind of thing. I think it's going to be better, but the issue with smells is it's all relative. Is it better than it was before? Yeah, probably 1,000 times better, but is it drivable? Not 100% sure. So we'll see when Jeff gets here, but I do think it may take a few times as well. Now, while we're waiting for that to kind of marinate, no pun intended, we're going to clean up the rest of the car just to kind of make a better presentation. It's pretty muddy and gross or whatever, and the engine's pretty bad. And I want to check inside the engine too, where the engine meets the firewall. Maybe we'll find some, mice stuff in there, a mouse or whatever. So on to the next step. mysterious brown yellow goo that came off chunks. After thinking about it a little bit, I do think it's a combination of both mouse urine and mouse poo that combined and then fell on the floor as it dripped out of the glove box. Again, next level disgusting. Once everything was a bit cleaner, I removed the ozone machine, which had been working its magic while I was cleaning the outside of the car, and then replaced the cabin filter with a new one and reinstalled it into the glove box. In the engine compartment, I dried off the damp parts and applied a bit of much rejuvenated plastics before letting them dry. Then I did all the rubber and cleaned the windows with Obey and a squeegee and one last vacuum to remove any debris that was kicked out during the plastic and leather cleaning process. Well, guys, we're done, and the interior smells much better. Is it gone? I'm not really sure. I would say no, but we have to give it a week or two and see what happens, see if it comes back. But it's drying out. I have a couple of carpets sitting out there on the driveway. You can see it was really sunny today. But overall, I replaced the cabin filter. That was huge. You have to do that. But let's see what happens if anything kind of got through the HVAC system. If you're asking yourself, how come I didn't use the chlorine dioxide? The reason I didn't use that is because I didn't have any at the moment, and this was a last minute thing. He actually has some family coming in that need to borrow the car, and he was like, I gotta go get the car, and it's been 8 months, et cetera, et cetera. So I said, yeah, I'll do it real fast. So I put the ozone machine in it, and it worked pretty good, and we'll see what happens. Let's see what he says when he shows up.
Oh, jeez. Look at this. Unbelievable. God, man. Oh, jeez. I don't smell anything.
It doesn't smell brand new, but it doesn't smell.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't smell. I mean, I could barely sit in this car because of the stink that was in there. This is freaking awesome. I mean, it's got 240,000 miles. We've never cleaned the engine, ever.
As always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Here is a quick sneak peek of next week's episode. See you then.